The flounder. I mean, the founder. More like a clownfish, am I right? Just a little piece of history. I'll be cooking your history right on the grill. You want to see this history? Look at it. I want you to taste it. You want to watch a movie about a jackass who steals everything that these two guys started? Everything they hoped and dreamed to build in their lives was taken away because this guy had to be the best. He had to compensate for what he was insecure about, which was that he can't sell anything. Nobody wants to buy anything from him. I truthfully would have given up before I ever would have ever been offered a situation like that. If I were to be able to sell and take over a business, I would have just walked away, making me not so successful. I'm not brutal like that. I can't fathom somebody destroying other people's lives for their own self-gain. The cinematography in this movie is amazing, but it is the worst film I've ever watched when it comes to just overall character development. He may have been worse in real life, but it doesn't matter. The entire film leaves a sour taste in your mouth. And if this is what McDonald's stands for, well, fuck them. They don't need my money. I do think Michael Keaton did a really great job in the film. Nick Offerman, John Corwell I recognize him from The Walking Dead. I was like, I've seen that guy. That's the All Life Matters guy. But what I really liked was most of these actors actually matched up with their real life counterparts, which is something most people or studios try to avoid sometimes. They don't always go after pure accuracy to keep it very literal feeling. I was also very surprised to see Patrick Wilson. I know him from The Conjuring, and I'm like, oh, it's about to get crazy. But he was just perfect. I think his scenes are my favorite, weirdly, because he's just always on point with everything he does as an actor. So we got Laura Dern over here from Jurassic Park. She's a gem. I feel like the wife sold the story better than everybody in some scenes because of her acting ability of showing desperation, loneliness, neglect, not even knowing who she is or where she is in her life. Her placement is just off. And everything that was happening just wasn't meant for her. And it was a good thing. Truthfully, I was rooting for her throughout the movie. At moments, even the bad guys or the people, the CEOs building up this empire, they come off very endearing and charming, which is really strange. That circles us back to Michael Keaton. Oh boy. It's actually sad to admit in a lot of ways we can relate to his character because we have wanted and thrived and strived to be the best, and it didn't matter what we had to do at certain moments. We were like, I can see the potential of what I could do, but are you willing to hurt people? And it comes from this deep emptiness within himself that really pushed him there, that drove him over that point, because he was kind of not going all that direction until people nudged him that way. So he's not entirely the villain here, which is really strange to say because the things he did were pretty horrible. It's like opening the first Starbucks, first Blockbuster, the nostalgia, the feeling. I want to know where the first McDonald's was, and I want to go visit that place, if it even has a McDonald's there still. Has anybody even thought about that? I just looked it up. There's a McDonald's store museum. It's not just a restaurant. It is a landmark and historical point to go visit. And it's got the golden trusses. That is so beautiful. It's so funny how he stands next to the picture as if it's his own original idea. And you're like, that's not yours. Freaking plagiarism. It's complete fraud. And to the highest degree. But overall, I gotta give the film a 6 out of 10 because you just feel empty and bitter and frustrated with the story at the end. There's no good way to end it. Him walking down the hall all smug and happy, and you're just like, okay, that's it? It felt like it was a waste of my time, but I felt the momentum. I felt like I needed to know what was gonna happen next. It did keep me watching, but I don't want to watch it again. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.